Hello. Hello everyone, my name is Kajirikudu and welcome back to Path to Nowhere. And today we are going to continue on part 2 of this murder mystery train event, The Rail Runs Dark. Welcome to Vesper, congratulations for number 1 today. You didn't forget. And Julian, Orde, and Fish, well, welcome. Before that, I checked I remember I think it was Orde and Turbo that tell me that the sounds kind of double yesterday. So I've checked it. So apparently, there was an update with the streaming platform or something like that causing the sound of the BlueStack is separate with the desktop, which is why there is like 2 voices at a time. I didn't notice it until I check it. So I just surprised that with that nuisance, right, you guys still stay until the end. So I really appreciate it, because to be honest, if there is like if it were me, if there is such disturbance, I'm gonna be like, it hurt my ear. So I'm gonna go. But you guys stay. So yeah, I'm just gonna say thank you. I really appreciate it. Hopefully it's now fixed though, because I already turned off the BlueStack voice sources. So it should be only 1 sources now. So let me just try. Okay, let me know if it's actually still there.
The secret to taxidermy lies in precision. You must study the structure of the bones. Each stitch.
Yeah, all good. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully all good. Just let me know if it's still there. Okay.
Writing is the same. Strip away the emotions, and only then.
So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna lower the voice a little bit. Okay. All good. Nice. Cool. Alright, so we're going to continue. Just to summarize what happened last time for people that is not here. Chief was going to an investigation to this sinner called Clementine. Not Clementine, Clementine. I'm gonna try my best to pronounce it correctly. Because, so she's basically like a writer. Yeah, she wrote novel, usually murder cases genre, okay? The problem with her novel is every time when her novel was released, not so long time after that, whatever that she wrote, the murder that she wrote on her novel is actually happened. Like I don't know, like apple to apple in a sense, you know. So Chief kind of like suspicious, like, is this like sinner power? Does she has like the power to predict the future and then write it in the novel? Or maybe like she's the one that kind of like maybe controlling things by writing whatever it is. That is why Chief very interested and try to investigate her. And Chief meet her. What she offers then, she offers her latest novel, where basically Chief basically the detective in a train, and Clementine is one of the passengers. Okay, so the mission for Chief is just to read the thing until the end, because like maybe there will be some reveal, and probably try to prevent the murder as the detective, something like that. And we got our first victim, which is Clementine herself. So Clementine got killed at the end of like the first episode, and when she died, she left like a message, I think, on her hand to find out about some incident on NF-105, the Burning Wood. What is the Burning Wood? What happened in NF-105? We don't know. But at the same time, we're going to continue the novel and see like who's actually the culprit. By the way, we have like 3 suspects. So far, we have like some guy with glasses. One guy is kind of like, you know, the usual syndicate type of gangster, and a grandma. My money is in the grandma. It would be funny if the grandma is a killer. But I think logically I will place my bet on Allison. She was the one who wanted us off the first class, even though we had a legitimate ticket. I'm gonna put on the dark horse. I'm gonna put it on the grandma. Because she can be pretend to having dementia or something. I mean, like, the grandma got like some level of like inheritance from nowhere. That is kind of suspicious. It could be, wait a minute, it could be the Burning Wood was some sort of like, I don't know, asset, something like that. And then like there is like an insurance company, and then the insurance was given to the only living family, which is the grandma. I don't know. That is my conspiracy theory. Weirdly cute. Clementine is dead. Dimitri assassin. Your accent's so cute. Do I have an accent? Wonder if you are from ID. I wonder too. Yuriko has fallen in love with grandma. Why is it that, I mean, like, considering Path to Nowhere fan base, they usually like older people, alright? So I'm not surprised. I mean, like, we have like grandma like Augustus and Hilda. So okay, so let's continue. Wait, does it mean that we're not gonna have like any dialogue with Clementine anymore? Grandma is public property. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Dismith. Spoiler about the burning redwood. Comments 400 plus. Oh shoot. I've been getting a lot of requests in my DMs lately, so I will make a dedicated post to explain. The legend of the burning redwood dates back over a decade. Supposedly a cursed street in Eastside was about to be torn down and rebuilt when a mysterious fire suddenly engulfed it. The blaze raged for 3 days and 3 nights. Nothing could put it out. The flames lit up half of Eastside, like a massive burning redwood. Ever since, rumors have been all over the place. What's true and what's not? Honestly, I'm not even sure the place ever existed. At this point, like, if this is real, it's supposed to be haunted. It will be funny if, like, whatever remain of the burning redwood is being sold by Luminita. Is it her name, Luminita? I didn't know there's a VTuber making content about PT yet. Just discovered this morning. This chat is a nursing home. I knew it. I knew there was more to this than meets the eye. Another case. How exciting. Who even digs up some cold case like this to write about? Cloud chasing much? Plus, didn't this case barely get any attention to begin with? Wait, remember that rumor about Clementine? How disaster always follow after she published a book? Do you think there's a chance that the incident is connected to this fire? Also, does Novelis actually release their book like per chapter like Clementine? I thought they're just gonna read like the whole book already. Renowned author Clementine unearthed old cold case? Does the burning redwood in Murder on the Private Express really exist? Best-selling novel leads to bizarre fire? Just what might the truth be? We like wise ladies. We call ourselves the secret society of old farts. Speculation begins to spiral. Searches for the burning redwood skyrocket, and related topics climb the trending list. All question, all theories ultimately converge on a single question. What connection does your book have with the fire from NF-105? The study remains as warm and cozy as before. Clementine still sits across from you. She rises to refill your tea, her smile veiled behind the rising steam, making her expression impossible to read. For some inexplicable reason, it sends a chill down your spine.
A victim appears. The mystery explodes. The story is on the right track, and the buzz has reached its peak. Chief, my little marketing trick worked rather well, wouldn't you agree?
You emphasize that your story is set in a fictional, retro world before nightfall, yet you deliberately left breadcrumbs for people to follow, leading them to dig deeper into whether the incident behind it was real or fabricated. I will admit, as a marketing strategy, it was remarkably effective. That is, assuming this book really is, as you claim, completely fictional. You did consider the possibility that the crime foretold in Priva might have already occurred, but a fire from decades ago? You meet Clementine's gaze directly, trying to find some kind of opening in her composure. I'm sure you've got better things to do as well. How about you come clean already? Is the burning redwood real or not? And what connection does the Preva Express have with that fire? Just which part of your story are fictional and which parts are real?
Believe me, Chief, I'd love to cooperate. Unfortunately, though, I'm obligated to stay silent.
Clementine taps her chin lightly, almost like she's genuinely troubled by such an absurd predicament.
The thing is, I've signed an extremely strict contract with my publisher. If I reveal even a single word more than I should before Preva is fully released, I'll have lawyers knocking at my door and demanding compensation by tomorrow. The conclusion to the mystery is what makes my novel valuable. If the truth were revealed prematurely, the book wouldn't be able to sell. However...
Her finger concealed the grin she's wearing. The woman before you is just like some ancient folk spirit from folklore. She's cunning incarnate.
If the detective can deduce the answer themselves using the clues in the book, that wouldn't count as me giving spoilers, would it?
Isn't that Chief want to like just jumping to the ending last time? Has anyone ever told you that your acting is terrible?
Oh my, was it that bad?
The contract is just an excuse. You can tell. She's making things difficult on purpose. You'll really go through all this trouble just to make me keep reading your book?
Writing is no easy task. Naturally, a writer would like to preserve their story's secrets until readers reach the ending.
What the hell are you guys talking about? TRG? SSOF? Oh! The Secret Society of Old Farts. What? Who would name their society like that? What is TRG? TRG is, where is it? TRG, what is? I can't find TRG. We taking care, huh? Anyway, I'm not gonna choose both.
It wouldn't hurt to indulge in this little game now, would it? Think of it as a deduction challenge. As both reader and detective,
someone
you
actually
must
vote.
search the book for clues that are hidden
Oh, the
in
retirement
the
guard,
smallest details, just like anyone else. And then, you'll ultimately uncover the mastermind behind these heinous crimes.
What makes you so sure I will play along? My MBCC team is right outside this building. I wouldn't mind continuing this conversation elsewhere, you know?
True. But if you really wanted to use force, you could have dragged me back to the MBCC the moment you walked in. You didn't haul me in for questioning. That makes me think we're on the same page. We both want to keep this little misunderstanding between us. Authors hate spoilers, but I'm more than happy to guide you on your journey to the truth.
The book's pages open before you once more. The illustration of the victim is strikingly disturbing. The bloodstain beside the victim spread out like butterfly wings. You look up and see the wall of butterfly specimen behind Clementine. They seem to mirror the deaths written in her book.
Rest assured, Chief. I promise. Whatever it is that you're looking for, you'll find the clues you need in this book. So, read it and solve the mystery.
Damn. From now on, this shot is the retirement
Just
guard.
who on this train killed Clementine?
It's the granny! Come on! Oh, we are immediately... Okay, I think I need to use... you know.
I apologize in advance for my rudeness.
A bit of theatricality in battle. It's practically...
Nice.
I want to use
I was
Shin,
just
but
dozing
yeah, it's too
off.
OP.
Let's
so-
go see something cool.
Oh, why did I put Xiaofeng and Clementine in front of Jichuan? Completely forgot. Our garden brings all the grain into the It's funny how cheap. Oh shit! This guy just passed me.
All shall Trouble to your
Oh,
mountain
great.
lord.
Thanks to you, now I got a leak. This guy is
We enter the
cannot be
void.
blocked. What the hell?
Plum branch snapped. Jade
Okay,
shattered.
it's funny how Chief perceived by all the
Cleanse
people
this
as
world
young
with his
polished
power.
boy born to be dominated. But for younger one, he's a boomer. Gossip spread faster than any announcement. Word of the murder races through the car, and the dining car has descended into chaos. I don't know, when I see this one, I kind of remind me of like one Yu-Gi-Oh card. I don't know what's his name. The petty train attendant Alison finds herself trapped in the middle of the crowd. She stands on her toes, raises her voice, struggling to make herself heard over the storm of speculation and shouting.
Everyone, please calm down and listen. The situation is being handled. Yes, we will ensure your complete safety, but the train cannot make an emergency stop. We must wait until we reach the destination before the police can assist us.
Wow. Behind a thin wall, the train conductor dabs the sweat on his temple with a handkerchief, mumbling instruction to a subordinate at his side. We can't keep this under the rug for long. It's not just first class. The passengers in the other cars will soon realize something's wrong. He quickly glances out the window at the receding truck. The train can't stop. I'm not sure if the killer is still on board, but we need to find them quickly. Otherwise, when we reach the station, we're all finished. The conductor lowers his voice, trying to keep the conversation hidden beneath the clamor from the dining car. However, his whispers come out strained and trembly. A murder is the worst kind of scandal for a railway company. He never imagined he would have to deal with something like this. Handling a murder investigation, that's well above his pay grade. I don't know, I always find this costume of Chief is so funny. In that case, please allow me to assist. You speak up before the man's sweat completely soaks through his handkerchief. You are? The other guest from room 104? The man's gaze sharpens instantly. His eyes narrow into slit as he sizes you up, his scrutiny making you uncomfortable. Yesterday, the victim, Miss Clementine, hired me to find a suspected killer on this train, and now, one night later, she's been murdered in the room next to mine. You raise your wrist to check your watch, 11:15 a.m. The train remains on course, ever so steady. There are less than 9 hours until you arrive at the destination. It's not much time, but enough nevertheless. If you work fast, that is. Unfortunately, the scene remains untouched, and the passengers haven't scattered yet. As for the killer, is it going to be 3-part or 2-part? 3-part, I think. I mean, the third part will be open tomorrow. Kaiza, I expect you to start the next stream with welcome to the Return Garden stream where we try to arrest all the hot granny. For some reason, we got a lot of them in this game. I'll consider it. The killer is likely still on the train, hiding among the passengers. I understand that being in the room next to the victim makes me the prime suspect, but I must ask you to give me a chance to clear my name. I give you my word as a detective chief, I will uncover the truth behind this case. You present your credential. The man seems to recognize your name, and his expression suggests that he now feels conflicted. You press your advantage with one final offer. If you still have doubts, you're welcome to assign someone to monitor my investigation and see if I make any suspicious move. And if the case remains unsolved, by the time we reach our destination, you can hand me over to the authorities as your prime suspect. Logic and emotion a balanced appeal. It's at times like this when the persuasion skills you've honed from years of finding clients show their worth. The conductor's expression shifts repeatedly as he weighs your words before finally relenting with a nod. Now the stage is yours, detective. Seal off the crime scene and every compartment in this carriage. Don't let anyone clean or touch anything. Every trace could be a fatal clue. Also, compile a list of everyone who entered or left the first class carriage last night. I'll be interviewing them one by one shortly. One more thing. There's a passenger in second class with a medical background. Please bring her here. I will need her assistance with examining the body. The attendant, Allison, will know who I am referring to. Examine the scene. Document the evidence. Interview the witnesses. Then piece together the truth. It's because you are a grandpa. What exactly happened in Clementine's room last night? Oh, we're finally going. Is the dead body still there? The conductor walks away, muttering under his breath. It's clear his suspicions haven't been fully laid to rest. If you fail to find the real culprit, you will likely be handed over as the prime suspect the moment the train reaches its destination. But at least he's granted you permission to investigate. You still have time to uncover the truth before the train reaches its final stop. So if you're suspect, I expect more suspect, but I guess first class is not for everyone. I mean, like, me actually expecting more murder. Like, I expecting like there is more than one victim. Like in the hidden Silent Snow Hidden Plum, like everybody's dead. Or in Hilda event, yeah, just leave like, I don't know, 3 or 4 at the end from a gajillion. The crime scene is in the neighboring compartment. That's where you should begin your investigation. Clementine looks like a vampire and we don't know how old is she. She might as well be another granny.
Please make way. The doctor is here.
Oh, by the way, I am surprised that I think Forensica gonna have like a lot of role here. The crowd divides, barely creating a narrow path. The attendant pushes through, visibly tense, followed by that strange woman with the skeleton frame from earlier, Forensica. Only now do you take a proper look at her. That wrinkled coat is covered in small tools and labels. Outside the context of the skeleton incident, it does look more like work attire. I don't think this is a work attire. This looks like what do you call it? A nightgown or a pajama, I think. It's not a pajama, but the pants looks like pajama. It's something that you use to sleep, to put it very simply. At the very least, it makes far more sense in a professional setting than that oversized suitcase did.
Step aside. Don't contaminate the scene.
She ignores the stares around her and walks straight toward the body, unfolding a pair of disposable gloves as she goes. She puts them on in a clean motion, then tightens them at the wrist. Grandma may be a fan of Yandere High School soon. What? That's pajama at best. She crouches down and carefully observes the body condition. She then undresses it. Oh! Should I go out? Exposing the torso and begin examining the wounds in detail.
Left chest. 4th intercostal space. Clean wounds. Right hand. Sharp weapon.
The second wound is below the right ribs. The third, she examines, confirms, and records each wound in detail. The entire process is seamless. She's incredibly focused, her fingers moving with precision and efficiency. For a moment, you are almost dumbfounded. It's hard to imagine that this calm, composed doctor is the same person as the eccentric woman lugging a skeleton around earlier. Just then, a bulky figure pushes through the crowd. The pot-bellied man glances at the scene. He's not pot-bellied, he seems like very slim or fit. Then immediately turns his head away. He pulls out a handkerchief to wipe the sweat from his brow, though his mouth doesn't stop running. How did the person die? Any conclusion yet? Can you tell who the killer is? How old are they? Are they male or female? The murderer isn't still on the train, right? Forensica doesn't look up. She pulls out a high-intensity flashlight and directs the beam onto the body.
D3PO's talking again.
I think it's indeed like a Star Wars reference.
Oh, great. Someone's yapping. Can't he just shut up?
Who?
D3PO. He's a good guy. Because when Luke is working, he knows to keep quiet and stay in the background.
Why Luke is being censored? Forensica mutters without looking up. Though her hands are moving noticeably faster now, the conductor scratches his head, clearly unable to follow her logic. You decide to speak up then. I believe what she's saying is that she needs a quiet environment when she's working. We should give her some space. It's not like it's someone's surgery though. This person already dead. Forensica flicks her wrist, and the high-intensity flashlight shines directly into the conductor's eyes. Actions speak louder than words, as they say. The conductor squints, mutters a few complaints, and finally retreats. Silence returns to the scene once more. 20 minutes later, the coroner stands up. She tears a page from her notebook and hands it to you casually, just like when she shoved that business card into your hand earlier. Estimated time of death, approximately between 000 to 1:30. Margin of error may vary depending on ambient temperature, victim's physiology, and clothing. External injury overview: 12 penetrating wounds from sharp weapons observed across the body, primarily in the anterior chest region. Wounds are clean and sharp, consistent with injury caused by single-edged and/or double-edged bladed weapons. No significant blunt force trauma observed elsewhere on the body. Cause of death: cardiac and/or major vascular rupture caused by penetration, resulting in acute exsanguination.
The wounds are concentrated around the front of the chest. The pattern is chaotic with varying depths. 3 of the stabs went extremely deep. My guess is those were the fatal ones. The rest are shallower, and 2 are barely more than scratches.
I don't know if I know it's creative or lazy, but Forensica as a forensic, that's why I like it. But I thought you said you don't like the color palette. What does that tell us? Are we looking at 2 attackers with different levels of strength?
Can't say for certain. It's also possible the killer deliberately used varying force to throw off the investigation. Though, what I can confirm is that the victim had already lost consciousness when the murder took place. Judging from the wounds, there was virtually no resistance.
The coroner's findings are thorough and precise, contrary to her earlier careless attitude. Impressive, as expected of a professional.
It's just basic forensics.
She rolls her eyes as if you just said something absurd.
I'm just relaying what the corpse told me. There's nothing difficult about that.
Is that so? Then I suppose I like the talent for that particular language. As a detective, I've seen plenty of people who either scream at the sight of a corpse or develop an unhealthy fascination with them. Not many people can treat them with such composure. I can tell that you truly respect them. The words catch her off guard. She turns her face away and falls silent for a moment.
That's because they deserve it. The living come in all sorts. Good, bad, idiots, liars. But the dead are equal. A corpse is just a corpse after all. They don't lie. They have no bias. And their honesty is absolute.
The knife accidentally fell down 12 times horizontally. I don't like her color palette because it doesn't fit the setting, but I like her name. Yes, she really stands out, but her outfit is quite comfy. There's a homeware, I guess.
And they'll give you the truth. It's the most effective form of communication there is.
She speaks quietly, and for some reason, it reminds you of the way she looked at those bones in the corridor earlier. She has that same calm, gentle gaze. It seems she reserved all her harshness and caustic remarks for the living. It seems I've met an exceptionally skilled forensic pathologist then. Please, allow me to introduce myself. I happen to take on detective work from time to time. Perhaps we will have the chance to work together in the future. The woman hesitates for a moment, before slowly nodding. Seizing the opportunity, you continue. By the way, did you work at the city's Forensic Research Institute before? I've actually met a few of your former colleagues. They were all quite impressive. The moment the words leave your mouth, you notice Forensica's expression instantly darkening.
That's none of your concern.
Oh.
There's no point discussing this. The forensic report is complete. If you don't have anything else to say, I'll be taking my leave here.
But you're not gonna help me? She turns and disappears into the crowd without giving you a chance to respond. Watson, no! I thought she's going to be like our Watson. Doesn't she already explain she's from an agency? I think she is. You mean the Truda something about that? Or maybe Chief just trying to test something. Usually behind Chief questioning there is some purpose. You stand there replaying your words in your head for a moment. In theory, you don't seem to have said anything offensive, but theory and reality rarely align. Clearly something you said struck a nerve. You're still puzzled, but the truth remains elusive. Though right now, the case takes priority over understanding why Forensica reacted that way. You shake off the thought and return your focus to the case. Ooh. Oh, there's a picture. That is it. I want to see. I'm sorry, I want to check. Can I zoom in that evidence? Oh, okay. Did they actually draw the boobs? Oh my god. Can I go inside now? Oh crap, I forgot about this puzzle. Should I have to finish it in 5? Usually yellow is a good one. Rich out of topic question. Grandpa, are you still playing other games? I do play other games, but not as religiously, I will say, as Path Nowhere in a sense. But I usually play a non-mainstream game. So MiHoYo is a no. Wuthering Wave is a no. Just because like it seems like very time consuming. Where do I go now? God damn it. Dunning car? Dunning car. Oh, I can go to Clementine now. How do I go inside? God damn it. Oh, this one. You move along the walls of the room, tapping your finger lightly against them as you make your way around. Most of the walls produce a dull solid thud, but at one particular spot behind the bed, the sound is hollow and clear. You push against it, but what's behind the wall doesn't budge. Running your hands across the surface, you finally find a small keyhole concealed within a shallow groove. This seems to be a secret door. Ah, no, there's no secret door. You're one step closer to unraveling this mystery. Next, you will need to find the key that opens this secret door. Oh, apparently it's not gone once I. Can we have Block Blast live stream? What is Block Blast? Actually, I never heard of it. I'll check it out after this. Is it like a gacha game? Fragment of wine glass lies scattered across the floor, soaking half the carpet in crimson. The wine formed dark red pools among the shattered glass, making the crime scene look all the more disturbing. You put on gloves and carefully brush aside the scattered fragment. Around where the base of the glass would have been, you discover a small amount of strange powdery sediment in the remaining wine. One sediment, perhaps, but you immediately dismiss the thought. The staff aboard a luxury train like the Priva wouldn't make such a basic mistake as serving unfiltered wine. Forensica frowns as she pulls out a strip of Regan paper from her pocket and pours a drop of the red wine onto it. The paper gradually shifts in color. The sediment in the wine is most likely a sedative, a large dose at that. There are few signs of struggle on the deceased. She may have already lost motor function before sustaining her injuries, Forensica states. Oh, Forensica speaking. Then it's worth investigating where this one came from. There's only one attendant serving the first class carriage. Allison. Oh, Allison! You become a suspect now. True, bro. Block Blast is a classic mind game square, but my score is 500. That sounds very high and sounds very impressive. Oh, I'll check it after the stream. A brass train bell hangs on the wall near the headboard. Its position is remarkably close to the bed, well within arm's reach for anyone lying there. Even if the victim was suddenly attacked in the middle of the night, she should have had time to ring it. But last night, the bell in Clementine's room never rang. There were no sounds of struggle, no cries for help, nothing. Did panic overwhelm her in those final moments, causing her to forget about the bell? Or had she lost consciousness way before she was killed? You sweep the area near the window with your eyes. The curtain has been drawn back and the window itself stands more than halfway open. The gap is large enough for an adult to pass through. Did the culprit escape through the window? But the Preva makes no stop along its entire route, and the train travels at speed of up to 120 km per hour. Anyone who attempted to jump would have no chance of surviving. Moreover, the noise from such an act would be impossible to miss. As you stayed in the adjacent compartment, you certainly would have been woken. Then, Clementine's killer must still be aboard this racing iron cage. All you need to do is find the culprit before the train reaches its destination. I mean, the thing is like, as long as there is no sinner power being considered, then it's humanly impossible murder case. What? I'll go back. When will you make a story till? Alright, I completely forgot. Yeah, I'm so sorry. there is like so many things that I want to make, but sometimes I just feels like burnout, kinda. So yeah, I'm not promising anything, but I really do want to make one. I just need the motivation to make it. Because I don't to be honest, like I don't really like to make video where I just spontaneously yapping, because I'm going to stutter a lot. If you watch like one, like for example my pulling video, I'm like stuttering a lot when explaining, you know, but the point of that video is just for me to like practice speaking like spontaneously, right? But when it comes to content, I prefer to make it like with script and some sort, which is why it takes time. And sometimes I kind of like think too much to the point like I got burnout of just thinking about the idea and then I completely forgot about it. So yeah, I have to be more efficient. A letter rests on the desk. Most of it has been burned. The contents buried beneath charred edge and soot, making it nearly impossible to read. You attempt to piece the fragments together. Oh shoot. Wait, I cannot do that? Why? You know, I thought the culprit hiding when the blackout and never came out even after Chief K come in the room, but then they reveal they have secret door. But the secret door can be also a bait. Grandma is a plotter, not a pantser. I really get not a lot of people are doing it for PTN. Yeah, we have to kind of like make some sort of like what do you call it? Exposure in a way. An expensive designer woman's watch. A deep crack runs across the face and the hands are frozen at 1:05. The moment the watch was damaged, could it be connected to when the murder took place? Speaking of which, did not you notice something about this, Julian, the time? like you're shouting or we're strangely excited. You pick up an inconspicuous round locket from the shadows. You open it and catch a glimpse of a small lock of golden hair arranged in a figure 8 pattern. Only then do you realize this unassuming locket is actually a classic piece of hair accessory. People have long believed that hair possesses a sacred quality, that it can preserve a person's soul. Because hair never decays, it has also become a symbol of remembrance and mourning. Is it a keepsake belonging to the deceased, Clementine, or it is a damning piece of evidence that the killer left behind by mistake? Either way, finding the owner of this locket will be a crucial step in solving this case. Who on this train is connected to blonde hair though? Allison! Is that Allison is blonde? The murderer is one of us. You crash down to examine the door. The lock cylinder is smooth and undamaged, and you see no sign of the keyhole being tampered with or forced entry. This means that before the attendant unlock it with the key, the door remains securely locked from the inside, completely untouched. A classic lockroom mystery. You've ruled out both the door and the window as escape routes. So then, how did the killer leave this room? Unless the killer never left the room. Because the killer is actually Clementine herself. Like maybe with the twist. Okay, so I cannot open this because I need a key. This one cannot be done because something is missing. Okay, how do I go out? Did your Shin Eternal video got copyrighted somehow? The playlist only showed the Myra and intro. God damn it. People call me a lot with that. No, it's not copyrighted. I just haven't finished it. I already have it recorded, but I'm just too lazy to edit it somehow. I don't know why. So yeah. I got a lot of questions about that. Like, where is Shin's story? Like, oh god. I'm excited about other things honestly, but I won't talk about it. That's a pretty item though. Blood hair. What a twist, great, but suicide these guys as murder. There was when people waiting. I didn't expect that people actually watch a lot in my playlist. I come back here? Where do I get the key from? Oh, then don't tell me I'm actually gonna get stuck here. I already talked with this though. Find a key that open the secret door. Oh crap. Do I have to press somewhere? This one? Fuck it. Key? Am I have to find it? Oh my god, this is the first time that I need to like freaking search the bedroom of compartment 1 where the crime occurred. Okay, so I have to search this. Oh, for fuck's sake. God damn it, I didn't know that I have to do that. You successfully pieced the two halves together. The paper size and text formatting match perfectly. Since they fit together, they are almost certainly from the same letter. This phrase here, the burning redwood, might be the key to solving this case. You should ask the suspect about it during questioning. Question the forensic pathologist and eyewitness to learn more about the case. Where are they? Discuss the case. We must stop halfway when people... Oh, I thought you'd say something additionally. Hello? Can we talk about the autopsy? An awkward tension hangs between the two of you. It seems that neither of you have recovered from your confrontation earlier. It's only when she hears you mention the case that Forensica reluctantly glances your way. Like, I don't even know what we do. Why are you so mad? You've got something else you want to ask? Well, besides what you just mentioned, is there anything else in the autopsy report that might help with the case? Forensica glances at you upon hearing the question and takes a moment before responding. First, the time of death is crucial information. Anyone with an alibi during the estimated time of death can be ruled out. That should have narrowed down your pool of suspects. Second, no wounds from self-defense were observed on the body, and we found traces of sleeping pills at the crime scene. Both point to the same conclusion. She was drugged first, then killed without being able to fight back. You could consider starting there. For instance, you should think about who had the chance to slip something into her drink, or who was carrying sleeping pills in their luggage. Find the answer to those questions and you might just find your killer. Alright, I give you every clue I could find. Now go do your job, and if you don't catch the killer, don't expect me to be nice about it. Okay, key autopsy finding. Based on the pupil dilation and the degree of rigor mortis, the estimated time of death is between 0 to 1:30 a.m. on March 18. The victim sustained 12 stab wounds and died from severe blood loss. The wounds are not concentrated on one side, and the angles of the knife wounds vary, making it impossible to determine the culprit's dominant hand. Why though? Aside from the stab wounds, the victim's body shows no sign of injury from self-defense, which contradict the disorderly state of the crime scene. This suggests the possibility that the culprit staged the scene to make it appear chaotic. I wonder if like there is gonna be some trap mechanism like inside there, because the one that the pattern of the stabbing is not consistent, right? So it can't be I unless like the culprit just stabbing it like randomly, or it was because of like mechanism or something like that. But that's just my thought. When the room feels awkward, be the clown guys. I think Farika just don't like detective. No, I think she just doesn't like we bring up about the institute, for the institute. I think it's trigger her somehow. Usually the twist is all the story is that the killing was a suicide. I know, that's what I was thinking also, which is why I thought that Clementine was preparing, like planning this all along. But with suicide, usually there is sad story background. Granny just got tired, well stop. Or maybe like she just forgot like did I stab this part or that part? And then she moved to like different part. Last night timeline. Under your sharp gaze, Allison, the attendant who had been so friendly and warm, shifts uncomfortably. Her eyes dart away, unable to meet yours. She bites her lower lip, then speaks before you can say anything. Oh, it seems like she's guilty. I'm terribly sorry. The train crew bears full responsibility for what happened. If there's anything I can do to help, please don't hesitate to ask. I appreciate your candor. However, what I need more right now is your testimony. I hope you can tell me everything that happened in the first-class carriage last night. Of course, I will be happy to oblige, but I'm not sure how useful this will be. I never saw anyone enter or leave room 104 last night. Around 10 p.m., after confirming that the dining car was empty, I took my post in the corridor near the second-class carriage. From then, until the incident was discovered... Oh, fuck. Can I press this? Sorry. From then, until the incident was discovered this morning, I didn't even see a single stranger enter the corridor. So you're saying that from the moment you started your shift, no one entered this carriage? That's correct. The private dining car and first-class carriage are at the rear of the train. Anyone entering would have had to pass right by me. I couldn't have missed them. Wait, is first class always at the rear? Isn't it like the most the highest? I like what is it? The highest. If there is like a train crash, it's like the highest chance that you're gonna die. The great one, of course. Dimensional stabbing sounds like SM visual damage. You realize the implication of the attendant's testimony. This means the culprit must be among the passengers already in first class. Thank you. Thank you, miss. Your information has been invaluable. Please go get something to eat and rest for now. I may need to ask you some follow-up question later, but I will leave that for after you've had a chance to recover. The attendant smiles, clearly grateful for your consideration, and turns to leave. Just as she does, you speak up, as though something just occurred to you. Oh, one more thing. Was there a power outage in the corridor around 12:50 a.m.? Oh, I nearly forgot. The first class carriage did lose power for a brief while at around 12:50 a.m. After Mrs. Jones in room 103 rang her bell, I requested Mr. William who would come out to check on the noise to help fix the circuit breaker. He got it working again around 1:10 a.m. The corridor was in complete darkness for those 20 minutes. Mrs. Jones in room 103 rang her bell in the middle of the night. See? Suspicious. Granny suspicious. Yes, she claimed someone had entered her room. Mr. Carl from room 101 and Mr. William from room 102 heard the commotion and came to help in the search, but they didn't find anyone suspicious inside. The first class passengers certainly had an eventful night. You make a mental note of the timeline. Allison gave you mental note of the timeline Allison gave you and begin considering the implications. First class always on the ferry floor, right? That's what I thought. Miss Allison, if I'm not mistaken, the train staff should have a master key that can open all the doors. The attendant hesitated before taking out the key with intricate patterns. This is the master key for all first class cabins. It's been in my possession the entire time, and I can guarantee that it never left my person last night. However, I can't say the same for the other one. The other one? There are two master keys for each carriage. One is kept by the attendant, that's the one I just showed you. The other is stored in the conductor office. But I heard that one has gone missing. Oh. The conductor was terrified. He ordered everyone to keep quiet about it since it's a serious incident. But I can't keep this to myself. Not when there's a murder involved. You tip your hat to the attendant in respect. This information is invaluable to your investigation. The room is quiet. Only the occasional rustle of turning pages and the scratch of pen on paper can be heard. Clementine sits across from you, a notebook of her own open before her. Its pages are filled with a chaotic web of scribbled words and connecting lines. Every so often she pauses to think before adding another note, then draws a few more lines connecting different words. From a distance, the layers of lines and words begin to resemble a butterfly sketch in ink. You try to make sense of her notes, but they are far too much of a mess. You study them for some time, until even Clementine can no longer ignore your staring and looks up.
How are you coming along, Chief?
Still need more time. Still need a bit more time, but I'm getting close. I just need to rest my eyes for a moment.
But you've been on the same page for nearly 10 minutes now.
You look away, choosing silence over a response. Sensing your struggle, Clementine extends a helping hand once more.
Even the greatest detectives would hit a dead end every now and then. There's no shame in it.
So you are saying that Batman hit a dead end? Because he's like the greatest detective on earth. She waved the draft paper in her hand.
Would you like a hint?
No, my pride cannot allow me. I'll pass.
Oh? You're sure you don't need it?
No.
You've been trying to sneak a peek for quite a while now. Are you sure you don't want a closer look?
A pass. No thanks. I can tell from that look on your face that you've set up another trap for me.
What a shame. I was hoping to play the role of a helpful assistant like Watson or Hastings.
Clementine stands up with an exaggerated sigh and heads toward the bookshelf under the pretense of fetching fresh draft paper, leaving you space to think. Grandpa, remember your brother detective? Your gaze returns to the pages. The detective in the story has finished searching the crime scene, but you, the reader, still can't piece together the clues to identify a concrete suspect. Just then, a new approach comes to mind. Unlike the version published online, this manuscript is hand-edited. That means it's most likely the original draft. So, while Clementine's away... Flip to that... Wait! No! Come on! That's cheat! Cheat! What the hell? We have... I've been answering we will pass and you cheat to the end. The detective gathers everyone in the dining car. The truth is about to be revealed. He raises his hand pointing toward the culprit. Oh, this is like one of those Detective Conan moment. You flip to the next page. The pages that follow are completely blank. The story cuts off right before the big reveal. God damn it! You got me. Tucked into the last page of the manuscript is a note. A line of elegant handwriting graces the paper. I got you. Don't tell me it's gonna be like that.
Dear naughty little
No!
cheater. Too bad. The final chapter hasn't been published yet. I'll only send out the manuscript for the last chapter after you leave.
This woman. You look up, realizing something, and sure enough, you are met with a mischievous smile.
Did I return at a bad time?
No. No, you came back at just the right time. This time you're the one who sighed. Games usually give new players beginner bonuses. Likewise, this first-time reader of mystery novels here needs a quick tutorial. Clementine gives you a questioning look. You flip back through the manuscript, organizing the clues as you go. About the method. The victim and the detective separated at around 10 o'clock and went to sleep in their respective rooms. Her door was locked from the inside and there are no signs of tampering. So, if you rule out the detective as a suspect, the culprit could only have entered through the hidden door from the adjacent room 103. Furthermore, the victim showed no sign of struggle. She most likely couldn't control her body when she was attacked, which suggests that she had taken some kind of sedative before going to sleep. The pocket watch on the victim was shattered by external force and it is stopped at 105. There was a power outage at that time, which is the perfect opportunity to strike. There were many sounds in the corridor during the night of the crime. Everyone was particularly active around 1 o'clock, but their alibis can only be verified through testimonies. There is no physical evidence. Wait, we don't even interview the other three though. The scattered clues connect piece by piece, yet they fail to give you the answer. Just who is it that committed the murder? And how was it done? The sedative must be from the wine, right? I believe like it was put in the wine, yeah. You turn your gaze back to the architect of this whole conundrum.
Don't give me that look. This is a challenge. What fun would it be if the puzzle was too easy? Besides, what you're missing is simply a bit of experience in a battle of wits with the author.
As Clementine speaks, she flips the page in your hand.
See? I left you a hint from the very beginning, didn't I?
Is it like what makes a novel a good novel? On the back of that message, there's actually another line of text.
If you find yourself stuck, why not try approaching the problem from a different angle? You might discover something new.
From different angle. That's supposed to be a hint? When the motive cannot be determined, what other method can you use to identify the true culprit? Your hand, which was flipping through the pages, suddenly stops. Your eyes are drawn to a particular line of text. Die, die, just wait, I will never forgive you. If you don't, I will bury everyone on this train with you. 12 stab wounds. If the intent was to kill, the first few would have been more than enough. So what was the point of the frenzied stabbing that followed? Revenge? Or was it rage? Who would harbor such deep hatred toward the victim? In other words, someone else on this train, aside from the victim, must be connected to the redwood. You look up just in time to see Clementine picking up her pen to add another stroke to the indecipherable scribbles. As she meets your gaze, she narrows her eyes in a smile, almost like she wasn't the one who left that hint. What is this woman plotting, and how is she connected to that fire? And why are we suddenly in the battle?
Plum branch snapped. Jade shattered.
Whoa, was that?
Cleanse this world with this power.
All shall grovel to
Oh,
your
damn, it's too
mountain
quick.
lord.
Oh, I'm using empower. Goddammit.
In the name of the dead.
Plum branch snap, and now we enter the final chapter.
Hold still, my friend.
Plum branch snapped. Jade shattered.
12.
Cleanse
Be the
this
culprit,
world
be
with
the
this
victim.
power.
12. 12. Are you just teasing, or you're giving me a hint? You use Russ, yes, because it's a upper limit him. You step out of compartment 104 and nearly crash right into the train attendant. Allison jumps, startled, and stumbled to a halt. Perfect timing, Allison. I was just looking for you. What's your take on this tragedy?
You're asking me?
Yeah, that's right. I would like to hear your thought. I'm trying to get a different perspective on things. You pull out your notebook and begin taking notes.
The doctor said Miss Clementine had 12 stab wounds to her chest, but only the first few were fatal. The rest were just frenzied stabbing, like someone venting their rage. But the compartment window was left open. Maybe the killer jumped out after committing the murder?
I don't think it's possible. There's certainly a possibility. No! Okay, why you say something opposite of me? Anything else? Like the note that was left at the crime scene, for instance. It mentioned an interesting phrase, the burning redwood. Have you heard of it?
I think it was a fire from a long time ago.
I know it's a
I
hint, but
was
I'm
still
not
young
sure
back
what
then,
it's
though,
related to.
so I don't really know the details.
There is so many 12s. 12, stab wound. Time of death is also around 12. Alison rubs her chin, trying to recall the incident, but ultimately can't provide much information. She's apologetic that she could not be of more help. That's alright. What you've given me is enough. There is just one more thing I need your help with. All the passengers who entered the first class carriage that night have been gathered in the dining car. I need you to relay a message to them. Once I give you the signal, bring them back to their compartment one by one. I would like to ask them all something. I can talk with Forensica. Discuss. Oh. Okay, these are the same. This one is also the same. Oh wait, but I have the key now. Can I use the key? Cannot use it? Okay, I cannot use it. A red travel bag sits on the luggage rack. Its design matches Mrs. Jones' shoulder bag perfectly. They are likely from the same luggage set. A small lock hangs from the clasp. We need to open it and check what's inside. Could you tell us what the combination is? But the old woman seems to have fallen into confusion again. Faced with your question, her gaze grows distant. She clutches the knitted sweater on the bed, muttering incoherently. Red? Yellow? Blue? Green? Password, that's all I remember. What the hell is that? I mean, what? Oh, shit, I didn't pay attention. Red, yellow, 22, blue, 2213, 211. Okay. Oh god, thank god. Joan, female, 67 years old, retired teacher, received a substantial insurance payout following her husband's death. Suffered from mild dementia. Requires special attention. But and he's like structured. No, that's like the closest thing. An unremarkable pair of iron scissors with blades roughly 8 centimeters long. They look rather old with worn edges, but they're still sharp nevertheless. Is it the murder weapon? Could this be the murder weapon? After careful comparison, you find that the blade length doesn't match the depth of the wounds on the victim's body, and rule out the scissors as a possible weapon. And it looks very rusty. Mrs. Jones' bed is cluttered. Besides a knitting basket overflowing with balls of yarn, several hand-knitted sweaters in various sizes are spread across the sheets. They are all clearly made for children. Upon closer inspection, you notice several small hand crotch yarn dolls nestled among the colorful knits. There's a kitten with its paw raised high in exaggerated manner, a puppy shyly covering its face, and a fox surrounded by other little animals, cradling a tiny storybook in its paw. A kind voice rings out from beside you. Do you like them, dear? I made this for the children. If you like, I can make one for you. Before you can politely decline, Mrs. Jones' mind had already wandered off somewhere again. A grey child. Grey. What should I make for you? She mutters to herself, struggling to decide what to make. Based on the mark you examined at the crime scene, there should be a corresponding keyhole at the same position in this room. You feel along the wall for a moment, and sure enough, you find a concealed protrusion. Oh no, I can do it! You insert the master key into the lock and open the hidden door. Just as you suspected, the passage leads directly into the victim's room. Furthermore, Mrs. Jones claimed that someone had broken into her compartment last night, which means the killer most likely used this hidden door to enter the crime scene in room 104 from room 103. But how did the killer open the hidden door? Could they also have a master key? Well, one master key was gone, so naturally use that. A glint of light room from beneath the bed catches your eye. You lean in for a closer look and find a dagger lying on the floor, its blade caked in blood. The dark stains crisscrossing the steel tell the story of a brutal crime. The dagger measures roughly 25 cm in total length with a 15 cm blade and a width of about 6 cm. Its edges gleams lethal and sharp, a perfect match to the suspected murder weapon. It's more than capable of piercing straight through someone's heart. Okay, we found the murder weapon. You spot a small golden button on the floor. It looks familiar for some reason. Then you remember seeing this on a train attendant's uniform. Allison? Remember the doll, Grandpa? Maybe important symbolism. I forgot already. Last night timeline. Mrs. Jones, I need you to walk me through where you were last night and what you were doing. Last night? Let me think now. You know how it is with us old folk. Memory is not what it used to be. Let's see, last night. Oh, I remember now. I woke up in the middle of the night and suddenly felt someone moving around in my room. It gave me such a fright. I pressed the call bell right away. But somehow neither the attendant nor those two young men found anyone in my room. Strangest thing, I tell you. I mean, people can't just vanish into thin air, can they? And after that, I went back to sleep and didn't wake up until morning. You recall the timeline the attendant gave you. Mrs. Jones' account lines up with hers, which means if someone was in room 103, it will have been at approximately 0:50. Did you know the victim Clementine? What? Clement who? No, I don't know her. Never seen a young lady with that name before. What about the burning redwood? Does that ring a bell? Redwood. I do have a child who lives on Redwood Lane, 28 Redwood Lane. I just hope they are doing well. That Redwood Lane, where your child lives, was there a fire there? Fire. Oh yes, the stove. I left the stove on. Oh dear me, I need to get back. Those children are waiting for me to make dinner. Mrs. Jones, please think carefully. This is an important clue. That child of yours on Redwood Lane. Child? Oh, my girl got her acceptance letter today. She's going to do so well. I should make her some noodles to celebrate. Wait, where did I put the noodles? Mrs. Jones rambles on about household matters, her mind clearly in confusion again. You decide to end the questioning here and make note of the few useful details you managed to obtain. Mrs. Jones, did you know there's a passage in room 103 that connects to another room? Oh dear, that's terrifying. If I would known the room was so unsafe, I would have asked that young attendant to swap me to another one ages ago. You study Mrs. Jones' reaction carefully. For now, you can't spot any signs of deception. She appears genuinely shaken, patting her chest in fright. Have you seen anything that could be used as a weapon? A knife, for instance? Knife? What knife? Did you need to borrow my scissors, perhaps? So we do something murder weapon, okay. This bloodstained dagger was found behind the cushion on your sofa. Please take a closer look. Do you really have no memory of this at all? Oh my goodness. Please take it away. I could never touch something so gruesome. Young one, please have some mercy on this old woman and keep that thing far from me. You quietly return the evidence to its back and begin organizing your thought. The fact that this item appeared here is undeniably strange. If Mrs. Jones was the one who hid it, the hiding spot is far too obvious. But if she didn't, then who did? And how did they manage to plant the murder weapon here without anyone noticing? Oh, we almost got all the... Oh, never mind. There's still a lot more. The murder is one off. You find a half-empty bottle of red wine in the cabinet. It seems to be connected to a piece of evidence you saw at the crime scene. You send for a forensica, hoping she can determine whether this bottle contains the same substance in the wine glass found at the scene. Nope. Preliminary tests show this bottle contains no sedatives. Unable to open the box on the bar counter, you seek help from Allison, the train attendant. Oh yes, that's indeed my box. But I stuck the key in an empty bottle somewhere when I was cleaning today because I was in such a rush. And now it's mixed in with all the other bottles on the bar. Will you mind helping me look for it? Oh crap. Find the bar the key to her turtle box. Oh, this one. Second row. You open the box. Inside are some unremarkable candies, buttons, and a few hair accessories. But one item catches your eye. This is Allison's identification document. It shows that she is a trained attendant on the Brava, currently 26 years old with a surprisingly extensive resume. She's been employed on the Brava for 6 years, ever since she dropped out of school to earn a living. Additionally, from the family members section, you see that her only family is an older sister. A stack of orders sits on the counter. The handwriting is incredibly messy and mixed among them. You find several notes Allison was using to gossip with other attendants. The conductor is such a cheapskate. No wonder he's as a cue ball. The note is immediately snatched away and stuffed into Allison's pocket. Please pretend you didn't see that. She laughs awkwardly while digging out the actual orders record for you. Room service orders from first class passenger between March 17 and March 18 are as follow. Miss Clementine, 1 glass of Sharpe Estate Dry Red, ordered at 7:50 p.m. on March 17, to be delivered to Suite 104. This must be the wine you found at the scene. Mr. Carl, 1 glass of high-proof spirit and 1 towel, ordered at 1:10 a.m. on March 18, to be delivered to room 101. You might be able to know more about this order from Carl in room 101. Why would you order at this hour? This isn't it like the time of murder? Oh my god, there's a lot. This is just a routine inquiry. There's no need to be nervous. I need to confirm some basic information, including your name, age, family background, years of service, and how long you've been working on this route. Allison, female, 26. I am the attendant for the first class carriages aboard the Brava. I've been with the crew for 6 years, responsible for operations, service, and maintenance. Her information lines up with what you found during your search. However, there's one detail on her identification paper that she skipped. Is the sister? I noticed something on your identification. Under family status, the fields for your parents are blank. The only relative listed is an older sister? Sir, I believe that's the personal information. Surely it can be relevant to the case? Take a gentle approach. Because like last time we got Forensica is grumpy because of us. I understand that family matters are always a sensitive topic. If you need a moment, I can wait, but I need your help, Miss Allison. The sooner we solve this case, the better our chance of catching the killer. Allison lowers her head. After a long while, she finally speaks. Fine, it's nothing special really. My sister and I were both abandoned by our parents. We were lucky enough to be taken in by kind strangers who raised us. After that, we had to start working early to make ends meet. That's all there is to it. Because of our background growing up, my sister always told me never to reveal where we came from. She said we must never let anyone look down on us. That's why it was just instinct. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to deceive you. Miss Allison, do you remember when you told me about the missing master key? Having a sense of justice is a rare quality, but it is something that you possess. That alone is more than enough to earn my respect. When I was searching room 103, Mrs. Jones' compartment, I found something. It looks like a button from a private train staff uniform. Could you help me identify it? Allison takes the button and examines it closely. After a moment, she confirmed that it's from a private uniform without a doubt. Her expression tenses. Yes, it's from our uniform, but it's not mine. As you can see here, sir, all my buttons are still here. Not a single one is missing. I mean, Maybe someone got hold of a uniform and disguised themselves as a crew member to board the train. She's stumbling all over her words, visibly tense. But at this distance, one thing has become certain in your mind. It's alright, miss. Since all your buttons are accounted for, this extra one is just another puzzle for this detective to solve. There's no need to worry yourself. Wait, isn't it there is like a button in her back? What did I check just now? What did I get the information? I believe there is something when we check like her notes. I believe there was a button in there. Does it mean that she has spare? Granny has a kid in Redwood Lane. Allison has an older sister. I think there's a connection. And it seems that Allison's like very attached to Mrs. Jones. Before dinner yesterday, I delivered an order on Miss Clementine's behalf. It included a glass of red wine to be brought to her room that evening. Do you remember that? She could have just changed her uniform to a new one. But there is no proof she bring new uniform. Of course, I remember it clearly. It was an aged dry red. Aside from Miss Clementine in room 104, no one else has ordered it. There should be about half a bottle left. Just one moment, let me check the wine cabinet. Wait, if there is no one going to there's no one going to order it, isn't that make it an easy target? Like if you know Miss Clementine habit. But just now we checked, there is nothing in there, according to Forensica. Right, this is the one. I poured a glass and brought it to Miss Clementine's room just as scheduled. It was around 8 o'clock in the evening. Allison noticed your expression grow grave and decided to ask a question, seemingly to probe you. Sir, is something wrong with the wine? All of our selection are the finest vintage available. There couldn't possibly be any quality issues. It does have to do with the wine, but not its quality. Someone tampered with it. The evidence shows that the broken wine glass at the crime scene in room 104 contained residue of a drug. According to our forensic pathologist analysis, it's most likely a common sedative. No, that can't be. Sir, I swear there's nothing wrong with the wine from our dining car. There must have been some mistake. You've examined the half-empty bottle. There is indeed no sign of any sediment inside. Even so, you can't completely rule out Allison as a suspect. You soften your tone as you continue. I'm inclined to believe you. If you didn't tamper with it while pouring the wine, then someone must have drunk it during delivery. Do you remember if anything happened on your way to Miss Clementine's room? Right. I remember now. After I poured the wine, I noticed the voltage in the carriage fluctuating. So I went to check the circuit breaker. Before I left, all three guests from rooms 101, 102, and 103 were in the dining car. The situation grows more complicated. If Allison's testimony is accurate, you won't be able to identify a culprit by figuring out who drank the wine. None of the three passengers can be ruled out now. I also found this at the crime scene. It's a locket, and judging by the color of the hair inside, I believe it might belong to you. Allison takes the locket and examines it closely. To your surprise, she denies that it belongs to her. The hair color may look similar to mine, but this definitely is not mine. Is it possible it belongs to Mrs. Jones? And it's belonged to her granddaughter that died, which happened to be her sister. So that's gonna make like all four of them like working together. Like maybe all of them have like a grudge with Clementine. I apologize, but I usually write down my luggage password because my memory is terrible. What, you have dementia also? But I've lost the note. I'm in quite the predicament myself, frankly speaking. Come on, even the grandma can give me the password, and you cannot? Who has dementia here? Is it you or her? Perhaps you will be able to recover it. You pick up the blank notepad where the password was once written and rub a pencil across the surface. Gradually the numbers emerge. 1059. Room number? No. Coordinates. Year and month. Oh, 1059! NF 105. Oh, interesting. Oh, yes, related. You open the suitcase and carefully examine its contents, taking out each and every item one by one. The first item is Carl identification document. It reads Carl, male, 27 years old, manages multiple charity foundations for his family, no criminal record. The second item is a hospital document. The patient is listed as Carl, diagnosed with chronic sleep disorder. His doctor has prescribed a large dose of sleep medication. Oh! You search through the bag, but there is no pill bottle to be found. Oh. Where is your sleeping pill? The third item is a folder of bank transfer receipt, showing a regular payment from a designated account to numerous welfare organizations. If this receipt belongs to Carl, it will mean he truly is a generous philanthropist. A finely tailored suit jacket hangs on the rack. The tie and hat beside it have been maintained impeccably, giving off a subtle, elegant fragrance. You reach out and feel the jacket. The fabric at the cuffs is slightly wet to the touch, though the dampness is confined only to the sleeves. Maybe some drink had been spilled on them. A ring sits on the table, its surface gleaming gold, and an intricate family crest is engraved on its surface. It appears to belong to some prominent family, exuding an air of prestige. Family 105. Are they all like related? An empty wine glass, unremarkable at first glance, it was likely ordered from the dining car, just like Clementine's. Perhaps the dining car order records will reveal something about it. A half-smoked cigar rests in the ashtray, long since extinguished. This appears to be the source of the smoke you smelled when you passed by yesterday. Oh. Hello, detective. We meet again. The man offers you a gentle smile, his manner courteous and humble. It's regrettable that we must meet again under such circumstances, but given that this involves a murder, I will need your cooperation with the investigation. Could you explain your reason for boarding this train? I'm a traveling merchant with a somewhat well-off family. I boarded the private to visit a business partner outside the city. Classic business affairs, you know how it is. You cross-reference his identification with his statement. Everything checks out. I noticed some receipts for donation in your luggage. Do you do charity work often? I just donate to a few charitable institutions every now and then. It's nothing worth mentioning. My family members, they're all very accomplished. They are always tell me that I'm too soft and that I will never amount to much. To be honest with you, I only feel like I have any worth at all when doing charity work. A trace of melancholy flickers across Carl's eyes. If you need them, feel free to take these receipts as evidence. They are no use to me anymore. Better for them to go to someone who needs them. Last night, I heard that old woman scream at around 12:50 a.m. and jolted awake. I then left my room to help her in 103. When I returned, I accidentally soaked my sleeve while washing my hands. So I asked the attendant to bring me a towel. That was around 1:10 a.m. I believe. Wait, isn't it at this? No, he's lying. Isn't it during 1:10 a.m. he ordered a wine? Is that all you did last night? I want to sleep after receiving the towel. The attendant in the corridor should be able to confirm that. Is that so? But according to the service record, you also ordered a bottle of high-proof spirits along with the towel. I have reason to believe that you went somewhere else last night. That somewhere else is also where you got those stubborn stains on your sleeves. Is it blood? Your sleeve picked up the paint from near the circuit breaker, which is... Oh, the paint? Why did you think of that? Which is why you ordered that drink from the attendant. You wanted to use the alcohol to dissolve the paint stains. The only wet paint on this train is on the wall near the circuit breaker. Mr. Carl, you visited the circuit breaker last night, didn't you? So, are you ready to tell me the truth now? Did you cause last night's power outage? So many things to write down. Carl's expression visibly freezes. After a moment, he lets out a long sigh. Your deduction is correct. After midnight, I went for a smoke by the window near the circuit breaker. Since you know, the room gets stuffy. Maybe some ash landed on the breaker and caused a short circuit or something. Either way, when I got back to my room, the power went out. Does that explanation satisfy you, detective? You might believe that I caused a blackout deliberately, but it really was just an accident. Plus, what does any of this have to do with Miss Clementine's death? Or they're on the way of becoming detective. You're not entirely convinced, but as Carl pointed out, even if he did tamper with the circuit breaker, that alone doesn't prove that he killed Clementine. You still lack crucial evidence. I think they all work. Maybe they work together. The burning redwood? I've heard that redwood is actually quite fire resistant, which is why it's commonly used as a building material. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, but I have heard some things about Clementine. Perhaps that might be of use to you. You lean in to listen carefully. She has powerful people backing her, uses dirty tactics, and has a terrible reputation in our circles. She's done many despicable things and ruined countless lives. Her family covered it all up though, every single time. I wanted to tell you all this when we met yesterday, but I was afraid she would retaliate. I didn't dare say anything. Carl gives a bitter smile. People who get close to her never end well. Stay away from this case, detective. What happened today is proof enough of that. I appreciate the advice, but telling the detective not to investigate is like telling a merchant not to seek profit, wouldn't you say? Very well then. Good luck to you. But if Clementine is that despicable, then chances are maybe all of them can have a motive now. Well, after I left room 103 last night, I went straight to my room and fell asleep shortly after. I didn't hear anything unusual. Is that so? You take out the prescription from Carl's bag. This is your medical report. You suffer from severe insomnia and require a dose of sleeping pills to fall asleep every day. At the same time, large amount of sedative compounds were found in the victim's wine glass. Mr. Carl, do you have anything to say about this? To be honest, I've indeed struggled with insomnia for a long time, but my sleeping pills went missing a while ago. Around 8 o'clock last night, I got a glass of water in the dining car. I was about to take my sleeping pills before heading back to my room, but when I stepped out for a smoke and returned, the pill bottle had vanished. So you're saying that someone stole your pills? Most likely. I searched my room for a long time but could not find the bottle, even by the time I went to bed. Thanks to that, I barely got any sleep last night. Carl lets out a weary sigh. The dark circles under his eye look even more pronounced now. Is he lying? Or did someone really steal his pills? You can't say for certain yet. But I can assure you, I've been completely honest about one thing. I genuinely didn't hear any sounds in the corridor during the latter half of last night. I hope that helps with your investigation. Was there any sound last night? I forgot. The soundtrack is so fitting. Okay, William. Mr. William, could you tell me the luggage pass? Before you can finish, he cuts you off with a sneer. Aren't you a detective? Figure it out yourself. His uncooperative attitude catches you off guard. That wouldn't be an issue though, as you've just received a can of special powder from Forensica, which when applied is supposedly able to reveal the areas on an object that have been touched most frequently. Perhaps this can help you find the password. There's so many hints, yeah, with the red mark and everything. I can't remember everything. Oh shit, I can't see that, man. 9923? 9924? Shit. What is it? 99130193. Oh! I always thought that I'm gonna be wrong one time, but I think I'm just too genius. You open the bag and pull out the loan document inside. To your surprise, it's an identity file bearing an official postal stamp. William, 32 years old, arrested and imprisoned multiple times. In his early years, frequently associated with street gangs, his record is littered with offenses. He's clearly a dangerous individual worth keeping an eye on. What could someone like him possibly be doing in the first-class carriage of this train? I think this quiz just favors Grandpa too much. Why can't you just give me a credit this time? I'm being big brain. On the table sits a cloth pouch filled with various repair tools. Several tools lie outside the pouch, and they appear to have been used recently. At the same time, you find a stack of old yellow papers near the repair tools. The pages are covered in barely legible scroll, and you struggle to make out the words. Monday, prepare gift. Tuesday, prepare flowers. Wednesday, prepare to rehearse. Thursday, flowers died. Buy new flowers. Friday, prepare to rehearse again. The entry continues in such a loop for quite some time until the final page. Sunday, prepared flowers. Prepared gift. Rehearsal prepared. But she beat me to it. Damn it. Anyway, Sunday, confession successful. Oh? You move the pillow aside, revealing a simple necklace on the bedsheet. It shows signs of wear, suggesting that it's been used for years. That said, it doesn't appear to be just a plain chain. Judging by the style, there should be a pendant or charm attached to it. You recall something you picked up at the crime scene. Could this necklace be combined with one of the pieces of evidence? A complete necklace assembled from the locket found at the crime scene and the plain chain. See, everyone like literally have everything. You pick up an identity card from the bedside table. The information reads William, male, 30 years old. His family background is unremarkable and there are no criminal records listed. The photo seems slightly crooked. Upon closer inspection, you notice that the photo is askew. The document itself is unnaturally pristine, and even the embossed seal on the photo appears incomplete. Your detective instinct tells you something is off. This doesn't look like a genuine ID. You examine the name and age section more closely. There are subtle signs of it being tampered with, and the photo format doesn't match standard specification. This ID is definitely forged. A somewhat worn worker jacket hangs on the coat rack. It looks rough and sturdy, built to last. The back is stained with white paint. You remember seeing the same paint somewhere else. Oh, it's the breaker. But he's the one who fixed it, so it's normal. A tall, burly man stands in the room. His size alone is enough to intimidate most people. You can feel his sharp gaze fixed directly on you under his cap. What do you want? I've been asked to investigate the murder that occurred in room 104. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? William has no intention of cooperating with you, but your persistent questioning eventually wears him down. What a pain. William, male, dirty. I work as a hit. I work for other people. There's a suspicious pause in William's response. He was about to say something else entirely, but caught himself halfway through and tried to pass it off as a slip of the tongue. When someone asks, "What do you want?" I remember that meme. Which meme? Is that so? Because that's not what your identification documents say. The moment you pull out his real identity file, William's expression changes completely. According to this document, which was hidden deep in your luggage, you are from the lower district with multiple prior offenses including theft, robbery, and assault. Mr. William, is all of this accurate? So what? What I did in the past is none of your fucking business. You are not wrong. However, your record also showed that after being put behind bars multiple times, you were unable to find any legitimate work and ended up on the street. In that case, how exactly did you afford a first-class ticket? Faced with your questions, William scoffs coldly. What's this? You looking down on me? You think poor people don't deserve to ride on this fancy tray? Is that it? This is just routine questions. Clearing up any points of suspicion helps rule you out as a suspect too. Won it in a lottery. It was the grand prize, a 3-day luxury train tour. Figured I would come aboard and enjoy it myself instead of selling the ticket. Is it just like Jack from Titanic? I realize his design's kind of like looks like it. The hat and everything, except like his body type. There's your answer, lapdog. That explanation good enough for you? You don't believe him one bit, but William simply sneers and turns away, clearly unwilling to discuss the matter further. Last night, went to bed early. Didn't wake up until that old lady from 103 started screaming. I came out and helped check her room with the others, then got called over to fix the circuit breaker. Without the lights, the corridor was pitch black. You couldn't see a damn thing. Somehow nobody thought to bring a candle either. Wait, couldn't see a damn thing? His words make you realize something. You recall the attendant's words from earlier. She assured you with the absolute confidence that with her stationed at the door between first and second class all night, no one could have passed through. But there's a major flaw in that claim. If the corridor lost power for over 20 minutes, that's more than enough time for someone from outside first class to slip into this carriage unnoticed, under the cover of darkness, especially since she left her post to check room 103. Hey, what are you spacing out for? William's voices pulls you back to reality. My apologies, please continue. Anyway, the circuit breaker was busted. Looked like a blown fuse, so I grabbed a new one from the toolbox and swapped it out. You glance at William's work jacket. Fresh white stains mark the fabric. That likely came from working on the circuit breaker. Combined with the attendant's testimony, his story checks out. While you were fixing it, did you notice anything unusual? Only thing I can think of is that the cover of the circuit breaker seemed a bit loose. Maybe someone had opened it before? I was dead tired, so whatever happened after that got nothing to do with me. Redwood, Clementine, and all that fuck? Don't care, not interested. I found a locket containing a lock of golden hair at the crime scene. At first I believed it belonged to the attendant Allison, but just now I discovered another item in your room. Give it to me. Your eyes lock onto William, watching for any flicker of emotion that crosses his face. This is the most direct, undeniable piece of evidence you've found. You have to use it to force out whatever the truth William's been hiding. So this locket is yours after all. You were in the victim's room last night, weren't you? I said, give it! What did you do there? Was it you? Did you? Fuck. You motherfucker deaf or something? Give it back. What did I say? I was just to say fucking. Enraged, William lets out a roar, veins bulging on his forehead as he suddenly lunges at you, reaching for the locket in your hand. However, the chain snaps under the force and the locket crashes to the floor. The attendants who were standing guard outside rush into the compartment. Together, the four of them finally manage to restrain William. You pick up the locket. The metal case has cracked open from the impact, revealing a photograph that had been sealed inside. Is it Alison's sister? I wonder. It's a photograph of a man and woman. One of them is William and the other is a blonde woman who looks somewhat familiar. Alison! So Alison is a twin? This is... You piece of shit. Damn it, don't you dare touch her with your filthy hands. The attendants drag William away as he continues to thrust violently. His wild curse echoes down the corridor, but the photograph has given you a new lead, another possible direction for this investigation. So I think like at this point, it seems like 4 of them is related to the red burning wood. That's pretty much confirmed, I'll say. Alison have an older sister. This guy probably is the one who funding the or giving the money to the grandma. Grandma used to have like a granddaughter, most likely Alison's older sister, and William probably have relationship with the older sister. So everything was lit with this blonde woman. Ragnar drained our mood so bad he keep getting mentioned. Well, I can read the suspicion. Oh, there's a suspicious point. Okay. I didn't know that. Grandma have a... Is it a daughter or granddaughter? I forgot. Alison have a sister. Carl has EX. And Carl basically like... Maybe one of the Clementine's victim. I think girlfriend. Wait. Carl doesn't has EX. Wait, since when Carl has EX? I missed this one. I think William has an EX. The one in the picture. Carl is... Okay, let's just read it. I forgot. Carl is... Was it an EX? I don't think Carl is an EX. I think Carl is probably like some family that being ruined by Clementine. No. So grandma have a granddaughter, I think. Alison have an older sister, which kind of make... Because it cannot be, because like if we are talking about the same sister, Alison can... If grandma have a daughter and the daughter is Alison's sister, so Alison is basically the daughter of grandma, which is not possible. So grandma have a granddaughter. Alison have a older sister. And William has an EX. Carl, I think... I forgot about Carl. I don't know what he do. Suspicious point regarding suspect. Okay. A bloodstained dagger suspected to be the murder weapon was discovered in compartment 103, as well as a hidden door connecting this compartment with compartment 104. However, Mrs. Jones claims to know nothing about either. Mrs. Jones has an alibi for the estimated time of death at approximately 105. Mrs. Jones rang the service bell at around 0:50 a.m. Claiming someone had broken into her compartment. The hidden door in compartment 103 can be opened with a master key to access to compartment 104. Mrs. Jones claims she doesn't know Clementine. There's currently no evidence establishing her motive for the crime. No, it's the granddaughter. That's what I thought. I think they all killed Clementine. So 3 steps each. There's like 12. There's like 12 steps, right? So so 3 steps each. The deep one probably William, and the one that is not so much is probably Mrs. Jones. That is why the deep's kind of different, because like basically 4 different person have different strength. What if they are all culprit and chief, like you are all killer, and they are like, yes, good job, but we are not, and you are not, so bye bye. The spin point regarding salvage. Through deduction, you've identified Carl as the person who sabotaged the circuit breaker and caused the blackout in the corridor. However, there is currently no way to directly link his action to Clementine's death. Carl has an alibi for the estimated time of death at approximately 1:05 a.m. As he was in the corridor, Carl had dealings with the victim Clementine previously and was dissatisfied with her action. However, this does not provide sufficient ground for a murder motive. Carl suffers from a sleep disorder and has a prescription for sleeping pills. However, he claims these were stolen from him in the dining car. Julian, this seems like already solved the problem. Max 3? What's Max 3? The identification document William presented were forged. His real documents reveal a checkered past of gang involvement, with a criminal record including theft, robbery, and assault leading to time behind bars. Whether this can serve as a motive for the crime remains to be investigated. William has an alibi for the estimated time of death at 1:05 a.m. As he was in the corridor, his reason for boarding the train is unclear and doesn't appear to match his claim of traveling after having won a large prize. The locket missing from the crime scene perfectly matches the necklace in William's possession, but William refuses to provide any further testimony regarding this. Let's just finish the puzzle first. Oh crap, this just looks difficult. Oh shit. Crap. Okay, it's getting difficult. Oh no. This one is like the same one. How am I supposed to do that? Unless I have to change it to red. How do I do this one? Can I do this? Oh crap, can I go back? Fuck. So let me do something in the past. How am I supposed to do this one here? This thing is oh. Ha! Ha ha! I'm genius. Why is today I'm so big brain? I don't understand. The case is a tangled mess, like a ball of yarn after a kitten's got onto it. Contradictory testimony is one thing, but even the hard evidence doesn't lead to anything. It's giving you a headache. Before you even realize it, you've wandered back to the crime scene. And there she is, her disheveled head lowered, hunched in the corner with a small brush in hand, meticulously tending to Vita. Wait. Was that like one called Vita, or was it Yuta? You can't quite remember. You walk over and crouch down beside her. She clearly noticed you from the corner of her eyes, but she doesn't acknowledge your presence. A neat row of maintained bones lies beside her, including the small finger bone you picked up yesterday. Dorothy, was it? You really are beautiful. Do you remember me? We met yesterday. I'm the detective who's been tearing their hair out over this case. The shelf head beside you shifts slightly, but she still refused to look up. Yesterday, during the investigation, your owner here helped me out tremendously. I can tell she's an upright person, but I think I upset her somehow. I didn't mean to, but the fact is that I said something wrong. And that's where you come in, sweet little bone. Could you apologize to her for me? Franzica's hands finally pause. She glances at you from the corner of her eye before quickly looking away. Then, a strange voice escaped her throat.
Well, you did mention that revolting place, causing her cortisol levels to spike. In light of your excellent appreciation for skeletal aesthetics, there's an approximately 67.4% chance she will probably, maybe, possibly forgive you.
I see. I'll take it. That's better than every of my gacha ball. So, her goofy act brings you genuine relief. The first you felt since this dreary investigation began. Oh, felt. Thank you, Dorothy, and thank her for me too. You hear a soft from beside you. Ah, is it a tsundere or what? Then silence returns to the space. The two of you crouch among the bones. Only the soft bristle of the brush against the bones remain. After another stretch of silence, Forensica speaks up.
Running into trouble?
The testimonies from everyone involved are riddled with contradictions. I need to figure out who's lying. Would you mind weighing in? Forensica wrinkles her nose in distaste and shakes her head.
No thanks. I don't want to hear any testimonies from the living. I only trust what corpses tell me.
Okay, what does the corpses tell you? You let out a helpless chuckle. Fair enough. This is someone who packs a complete skeleton in her suitcase and names every single bone after all. Let's talk about something then. Let's talk about something else then. Why do you carry this skeleton around with you? I mean, Vita, Luke, Leia, and Dorothy. Forensica's expression softened instantly, her fingers gently running over the bone in her hand.
Because they're beautiful. Each and every one of them. The curves, the texture, the color. Dorothy is the most beautiful of them all. This was an emergency rescue. I just saved them from a pigsty. One called the Judicial Forensic Research Institute. I thought it'd be better than the other places. Turned out it was even worse. People there have no idea how to listen to what corpses are trying to tell them. All they do is switch off their brains and follow orders from above. They'd be better off testing livestock feed.
I mean, I don't think that many people can understand corpses.
Anyway, for certain reasons, I got into an argument with the dumbest pig there. The association revoked my license. That's fine. Not like I want to work at another pigsty anyway.
She grows more animated as she speaks.
I'm going home, saving up some money, and then I'll go freelance.
Oh, her face looks so innocent. She suddenly springs to her feet, brandishing the bone in her hand toward you like a wand.
Are you troubled by unexplained corpse-related issues? Family or friends who died a suspicious death? If so, visit the Star Realm Unnatural Death Agency.
That strange burst of energy again. Should you applaud? Probably not. A smile will do.
Oh, right. What do you think of the name Star Realm Unnatural Death Agency?
Too long. She settles back down, her expression returning to its usual state as she resumes tending to the bone. Yeah, it's pretty good. Suits you well. And finally, she puts down her work entirely, the corner of her lips curling up as she turns to face you.
I've seen plenty of detectives. They rush to crack cases and chase headlines just so they can bask in the spotlight. They pray for the most sensational crimes possible. The dead are just stepping stones for their careers. I despise them. But you? You seem different.
Your lips breaks into a sly smile. Really? Maybe it's because I'm just a bumbling detective. I mean, just look at how lost I am on this case. I'm nowhere close to being a star detective. Forsica tilts her head, then picks up Dorothy and places it in your hands.
Here,
This is...
Dorothy.
I know, but why are you giving me this?
Dorothy's my lucky charm. She's been through countless cases with me, helping me find the truth again and again. I'm sure she'll help you too. You can use my report to find the truth. The dead never lie. Speak for her. Give her the justice she deserves.
What about you? You're not joining the investigation?
Let's just say there are certain circumstances that make that impossible.
A realization strikes you like a bolt of lightning. Hold on. By rescuing, you don't mean... Did you steal this? Did they report you? She appears a little ill at ease, but then she quickly lifts her chin in defiance.
It was a humanitarian rescue. I merely liberated them from incompetent custodians. It's just that the human law has yet to recognize the virtue of such acts.
That's like a pretty good way to put it. She hurriedly gathers her things, then shoves a box of homemade bone care supplies into your hands.
Anyway, if you don't understand something, come find me. Just don't let anyone know I'm involved. Take good care of Dorothy. I'm counting on you to find the truth.
As soon as those words leave her mouth, she's gone, vanished without a trace. Now you've been left alone in this space, crouched in place with a pale finger bone in your left hand and a box of bone care supplies in your right. It's like a scene straight out of some absurd cartoon. You can't help but laugh out loud. I think you're getting crazy. Let me just finish this one more. Oh my god, it's getting super oh shit! Why does one doesn't get to it? Oh crap, no! I pressed wrongly! Get. I think I start to get the idea of the trick here. Wait. Oh god, what did I do with this one? Okay. Oh shit, fuck. No. That one thing. That's like put one freaking different color in a Lego. Like I swear a lot lately. Maybe I got influenced by Hella. Okay. I think we have to do yellow. No, wait. Not here. Oh, shit. Grab! Why I'm so dumb? Okay. So it will change. What's the rules again? I forgot. Okay. So if I do red here, I'm gonna change everything that is adjacent to it. To red, right? Should I change to yellow? Shit, there's 3 more. This two. How do I do it? I think I fucked up. I think I fucked up. Then the first one is really close. Okay. Let me just continue. Nah, that's bullshit. Wait. Don't give me any clue yet. I'm not giving up. I have pride. I have pride as chief of MBCC. Okay. So this is the part that's kind of annoying. Maybe I have to look at different. I still have 3 more. Okay, I still have 3 more. Calm down. If I change to blue, they're only gonna change this one. But it's not gonna change this. So then we have to change this. If I go blue, you're gonna change all this only. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait. Ah shit, there's 2 different color. Oh no. If I go yellow. Oh, if I go red. Fuck! No, I'm not giving up. Okay. Something's wrong. Let's think differently. Maybe if I go change this to red first. I make mistake. Okay. Red. What did I press blue? I'm meaning to press red. Red. Yeah, what happened if I change red here? Oh, wait a minute. If I change red here. Oh, there you go, finally. I have no idea, but it works. So you can see it so far. What? What's this? Did I get new clue? What happened here? Oh, we have 1 more clue only? So we basically almost got everything. You return to the living room, but something feels off. The room looks slightly different from when you left. Something has been moved? Your attention finally settles on your luggage. You cautiously reach out and open the case. A train attendant's uniform lies inside, neatly folded. And in the uniform pocket, you find a master key. Wait, is that our luggage? Don't tell me like the murderer is us all along. Investigate the corridor. The hands of the pocket watch have turned many times over by now. Just 3 hours remain until the train reaches its final destination. Time is running out for the detective. At your request, the passengers return from their compartments to the dining car 1 by 1, yet none of them can sit still. The old woman folds her napkin over and over. The young man lifts his tea that has long gone cold, only to set it back down. William simply stares out at the oppressive darkness beyond the window, as if the rails themselves might suddenly reveal the killer. The car is filled with hushed voice. Anxiety spreads, slowly seeping into the crowd. The train continues moving forward, just as it has so far, and everyone seems to be waiting for the same thing.
Time is running out, Chief. Have you found your answer?
Evening has come, but the setting sun is shut out by the thick curtains. Time seems frozen within this study. You hadn't expected Clementine to devote so much to writing these characters. Simply sorting through their information has taken you considerable time. After all, this may very well concern a real unsolved case. You can't afford to be careless. I have a few hypotheses, but I can't confirm any of them yet.
That's the beauty of detective novels. Anyone could be the killer, and anyone could be lying. A certain author from before nightfall once left us with these words: eliminate all impossibilities, and whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
But isn't that Sherlock Holmes? Unfortunately, I'm still stuck at the elimination stage.
Then, have you ruled anyone out yet?
No, actually everyone is still in the game. You push the manuscript forward and rub your eyes, sore from hours of reading. Carl from room 101 seems to have an old grudge against the victim, and his room contains sleeping pills suspected to be the same ones found in the victim's wine. But his only connection to the Redwood appears to be a business transaction. Mrs. Jones from room 103 is closest to the crime scene, which theoretically makes her the prime suspect. But could an elderly woman really inflict such horrific wounds? William from room 102 certainly has the strength to deliver 12 consecutive stab wounds, but he has absolutely zero connection to Redwood. You jot down the suspicious point about these people on the paper, attempting to piece together the story behind them, yet all it has done is muddy the waters further. The culprit must be someone who has already appeared in the story. Every character is written in great detail, but there is no direct evidence proving any of them had a motive to kill.
Is that so? From my point of view, your deductions are already quite clear.
Christina cameo. Christina, I think, mentioned that also. A chair scrapes the floor. Clementine gets up and moves to your side, examining the notes scattered across your desk with evident interest. What is it? Are you going to give me another hint?
No, but I am going to help you organize your thoughts a little. Every great detective has a trusted assistant by their side. Someone who will lend an ear when the detective is stuck, and in the end, help them to solve the case.
Sometimes like the assistant just gonna say something random and then the detective like, what did you say? Say that again. And then they like give you some clue. the assistant just muttering bullshit, and somehow it relates to the case. Clementine leans against the desk, bends down to pluck out one sheet from among the many pieces of draft paper, and carefully folds it until it becomes a small slip of paper. What are you doing? She only smiles, saying nothing, and slips it into the sea of draft paper on the desk. These are the notes you jotted down earlier. Information you will categorize and organize with the questionable part circled. Several sheets shift with Clementine's movement. The papers overlap and the text you circled earlier comes into full view. That's so cliche, but exactly what in the novel is like just confusing. There's a street called Redwood Lane. My child lives at street number 28. Redwood is a fire-resistant material often used in construction. 1059 and 0913. If they're not birthday, then why use them as password? And at the center of it all sits the slip of paper Clementine placed down. Burning Redwood.
If you find yourself stuck, why not try approaching the problem from a different angle? You might discover something new.
For instance, maybe these clues that seems like lies are actually all true? Clementine looks up in surprise, clearly not expecting you to get the answer before she can finish. You, however, remain remarkably calm. I see. So this is what you really wanted to tell me.
Oh?
Every time I hit a wall, you will casually drop a hint. It's almost like you want me to uncover something. At the same time though, you don't want me to figure it out too quickly. That's why you've been deliberately controlling the pace. But I'm not a patient person. If you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself. Rather than waiting around for hints from my assistant, I will handle this with my own 2 hands. Isn't it doily? I've gone through everything I have access to. There were tens of thousands of reports related to fires in East Side in NF-105. Fires that broke out in buildings alone account for roughly 30% of those. Searching for one specific case among all these reports is like trying to find a specific match in a sea of flames. But, fortunately for you, after filtering with the keywords you gave me, only one case fits the criteria. Just as I thought, burning redwood was real. Well, you're right, but you are also wrong. What do you mean? According to the Public Security Bureau report, it was just an accident caused by electrical system that hadn't been maintained for years. There were no casualties, so the case was closed pretty quickly. Just an accident? That's right, at least that's what the official documents say. But here's where it gets strange. The classification level for this accident is extremely high, higher than some major homicide cases, even. Normally, any sheriff could access the full file for a small fire like this, but this case, even I don't have clearance to view everything. Oh, a massive red warning suddenly flashes across the screen. The man scrambles to access the system. Fortunately, he already has what he needs. Fuck. Nearly set off an alarm trying to dig up intel. I checked those names from the novels too. Couldn't find a trace of information about them. They are either unregistered or aliases. Bottom line, I can't extract the files, but someone left an oral testimony back then. It's the only thing I can give you. Remember to delete it after you've taken a listen. That's everything I could find. The content isn't very pleasant. You might want to brace yourself. Everybody ready? You open your terminal. At the end of the communication log is a file duly transmitted to you. The file name reads NF-105-913, which is the password. Play the recording. Yes, 28 Redwood Lane, Redwood Orphanage. It is an orphanage. This area used to be pretty chaotic back in the day. You will find all kinds of people here. So a number of orphaned kids inevitably ended up on the streets. Eventually someone with a good heart gathered them and opened a welfare home right here in the neighborhood. Redwood wasn't a large organization. Most of the time it ran out on donation alone. It was quite the struggle, even the staff were volunteers. Later on, it seems a benefactor started making regular donations, and things slowly got better. The fire that night, it started under strange circumstances. It was late, so most people were already asleep. No one was out on the streets. By the time someone noticed, the flame had already reached the rooftop. We wanted to help and rescue people, but the fire was too intense. Those of us who were outside couldn't get in, and the people inside, they couldn't escape. So, is it possible that Clementine is actually the one who caused the fire? So that is why she put herself in the story as someone that deserved to die. Maybe. The audio recording ends here. A fire in the dead of night, spreading at an alarming rate, and a building full of children. You don't know how many could have escaped, but the casualty must have been severe. Everything you just heard contradicts the official case report. Were there discrepancies in the records? According to the Public Security Bureau records, every sheriff who worked on this case left their position within a year. They either resigned abruptly or were transferred to remote satellite town. Is this a coincidence, or did someone cover up what really happened? Oh. The chime of the old clock in the study rings softly, a reminder that time continues to pass. All the clues you noticed but couldn't connect suddenly surge forth in your mind, everything pointing to a single undeniable conclusion. Across the table, the desk lamp-like reflect of her monocle, nearly blinding you. You can't make out Clementine's expression, but you do see the corner of her mouth curling upward.
It seems you've reached a conclusion.
That's right. The shield records the contradictory testimony. The sheriff who was swiftly transferred after the incident. There's only one explanation for all these irregularities. And she had laid out the clues before you long ago.
But an assassination in the dead of night? That's simply not my style. I prefer something grander, more spectacular. Something like setting everything ablaze and burning it all to the ground. How does that sound?
You finally found the last piece of the puzzle, and as you do, all those scattered details finally come together, revealing the answer. The burning redwood. The fire on Redwood Lane in NF 105 was no accident. It was arson. As for the true culprit behind this tragedy, the one who planted the seed, it was none other than the Clementine in the novel. I got goosebumps! Oh my god, I got goosebumps when I read that. I mean, like, I totally get it. Like the Clementine in the novel is doing something bad. Definitely, that's the reason. And the poor people probably actually killed her. But does it mean that the real Clementine is also did it?
Plum branch snapped.
Why
Jade
was this here?
shattered. Cleanse this world with this power.
All shall grovel to your mountain lord.
Ah crap! I completely forgot to change
My friend.
that old clock. Remind me of the third movie, Horror Dean. I don't like horror.
And now, we enter the final chapter.
Plum branch snapped. Jade shattered. Cleanse this world with this power.
Hold still, my friend.
Chat room trending. Major plot twist in Preva. The truth is actually this. Fuck, has anyone seen the last theory crafting thread? Eyewitnesses from back then have already come forward. The burning redwood isn't some rumor or urban legend. It was a real fire that happened. Everything makes so much sense now. I've searched all over the internet for every article about it from back then, but not a single photo of the scene exists. Someone's clearly covered things up. Same, when I was reading, one of the names felt really familiar. Looked it up and found out that not only is she a real forensic pathologist, even the unnatural death agency in the book is real. Wait, so does that mean every character in the book is based on a real person? No idea, but I lived near Redwood Lane as a kid. I don't remember there being a huge fire. Never thought I would end up this close to the drama. I've been wondering for a while now, but is it really okay to write about real cases like this? Feels like the author exploiting tragedy for clout. Told you, she's nothing but a fraud, profiting off tragedy. Detective fiction was all the rage before the Perishing Star. There were tons of mystery works like this, and the story been written before. It's straight up plagiarism. Wait, seriously? Got a link out to the original? I would love to read it. The online discussion rages on. The cold case has been brought back into the spotlight and debates spread like wildfire. No one knows what's true and what's simply speculation. So more and more people begin asking questions. All eyes are on this book now. Nightingale sets down her terminal and turns her gaze toward the building beside her. She's stationed outside the villa with her team. The sun has already set, the sky is dim, and the air is thick with moisture from the rain. She can't make out what's happening inside, and that only deepens her unease. Chief. The walls have sealed out all moisture and sound. It's only you and Clementine here alone in this enclosed study. According to all official records, the fire at Redwood Orphanage was an accident. There were no casualties, and it was just a minor incident that was quickly contained. There were barely any news reports about it. I've searched through every available records, and the documentation of this fire has been wiped clean. You can call it spotless even. But that's what makes things so suspicious. My emotion right now. Missing reports, conflicting testimonies, sheriff who were hastily transferred after the incident. Every single point warrants suspicion. Someone's pulling the strings behind the scenes, burying every record, until the truth of the fire became nothing more than rumors and hearsay. If this was truly just an accident, why would anyone go to such length to cover it up? Why go so far as to bury the truth? Unless the person behind the cover-up is the true culprit of that fire. The Clementine from your novel, the arsonist who was hunted down in the name of vengeance.
I never intended to hide my identity. After all, famous best-selling author revealed to be a sinner. Sounds like quite the headline, doesn't it? Now, Chief. I'm merely a novelist. I don't have that kind of power. Whenever I do reference real events, I need time to digest the material, to let it simmer before it becomes something on the page.
She says she was just an ordinary writer. She said her stories often draw inspiration from reality, and she does so to give readers an unparalleled sense of authenticity. This case was buried deep. No ordinary person could possibly know the detail of this fire, something that even veteran inspectors couldn't access. The fire and the arsonist whose identity remains a mystery, records erased clean. Given everything that's come to light, there's no point in trying to hide anything. Clementine, don't you have anything more to confess? The woman falls silent. Then she laughed.
I should have known. Trying to hide anything from you is pointless. But perhaps that's for the best. This makes things far more interesting.
Her voice changes. You recognize this tone. You've encountered this manner of speaking several times in her book.
After all,
She's the killer.
a story simply can't do without a chase scene between the culprit and the detective.
Her gentle facade cracks open, revealing the deep malice flowing beneath. You are the arsonist?
Don't put it like that. It sounds so crude. It was just an accident. Who would have thought a tiny cigarette butt would be enough to burn that whole building down so fast? It was so easy, you can hardly even call it an achievement.
Well, if she actually did that, then...
But at least I can still use it as writing material. Isn't it a common trope in novels? Criminals who love to flaunt their work after the deed is done, or return to the scene to admire their masterpiece. Just like writing a book about it.
Clementine pens glides across the manuscript, filled with scribbles beside her. Ink splashes across the paper, leaving behind a stark crimson gash. So you're ready to admit your crimes? Perfect. I have a question I would like to ask the arsonist, if you don't mind. The gavel falls. The court is now in session. Yet this is no true courtroom. The only jury present are the mounted specimens lining the walls, if you could even call them that. The butterflies look almost alive, yet their wings are pinned against crimson velvet, perfect and methodical, just like the smile on the woman's face and the intricate web of schemes she has woven. What kind of person do you think Clementine is?
Haven't you already gotten to know the me aboard the Preva quite well? I told you, the me in the book represents my true self. Someone who stops at nothing for the sake of thrills and novelty.
Indeed, no matter how you look at it, the Clementine in your book is absolutely insufferable. He holds everyone in equal contempt with no regard of their dignity or humanity. Passengers, attendants, even the detective. In her eyes, they are all just puppets to be manipulated and bought off to satisfy her whims. To her, money and power can buy anything, and if something does goes wrong, that's fine still. The people behind her will clean up the mess. But then, what kind of ending did the author give to someone like her? A miserable death. Your past works have featured plenty of villains just as despicable, and they all met the same end. Gruesome, horrible deaths. Yet at the same time, they are so satisfying to see.
Didn't you say you hadn't read my books?
Can't help it when the dark web is full of discussion related to your works. I've been spoiled countless times while investigating this case. You've always excelled at manipulating the reader's perspective, controlling how they feel. If you truly wanted to flaunt your achievement, there are definitely far better ways to do it. But you chose a different approach. I've read countless stories. Words can be edited, revised, rewritten. In the end, though, the way they guide the reader always reflects the author's true attitude. You lower your head, your gaze falling on the book. There was once a writer who was desperate for recognition, willing to descend into madness for the sake of more vivid prose, even committing murder with their own hands. Yet that was still not enough to satisfy them, so they weave their crimes into their novels, baiting investigators to come knocking. That's taken directly from your previous book. Will an author seeking to flaunt their crimes really choose to condemn themselves with a story like that? The room falls so silent that only your breathing can be heard. Clementine says nothing. At this point, the conclusion is crystal clear. Aren't you tired of this act by now?
And here I was trying to scare you a little. Can't believe that's what exposed my little trick.
The facade crumbles. Clementine's expression shifts into a resigned smile. It wasn't hard to figure it out. You put so much effort into writing the suspects. Some were weak, others volatile, but they all had their reason for being like that. The killer is among them, yet you focus on their suffering. You sympathize with them, validated their pain. It seemed like you wanted to help them, even. Tell me the truth, Clementine. What's the real ending to this novel? What have you been hiding? You keep leading me toward the truth. What is it you want me to find? And after this book is published, will a murder actually follow? Is someone really going to take their revenge?
You claim to have not read much mystery fiction, yet you're far more perceptive than most detectives.
Clementine slowly rises to her feet. She walks toward the bookshelf on the far side of the room, her fingertips trailing across the spines, one after another. Her voice carries an emotion too complex to name.
I love writing about detectives, about the battle of wits between culprit and detective. One would try to conceal the evidence, while the other seeks the truth. I love watching readers agonize over the detective's fate, right up until the very end. Because the detective always uncovers the truth, defeats evil, and proves that love and justice still exist in this world. Cliched, isn't it? Still, I can't help but love stories like that. But in the end, stories are fictional.
She pulls something out from the bookshelf and brings it to you. It's a manuscript, the paper made with the same material as the pages you read earlier. On the cover, there's a line of handwriting. Chapter 5, Final Chapter. The manuscript for the final chapter? You hesitate before opening it. The pages are completely blank. Nothing's written there. Clementine never wrote an ending.
There was never a detective to solve the case of Redwood. Even if there was an arsonist, they'd have probably vanished without a trace long ago. The source material doesn't have an ending to begin with. In that case, how is this story supposed to end?
A long silence falls. Outside the window, rain beats against the glass. Moisture carrying an earthy scent seeps through gaps in the window frame, shrouding everything in an uncomfortable dampness. Clementine stares at the desk. The lamplight falls across the surface, illuminating scattered pieces of paper and ink stains. Receiving no response, she simply smiles and begins gathering the pages. It was then that your voice interrupts her. In that case, let me write it.
Oh,
Clementine looks up in surprise, meeting your gaze directly. Didn't you say there's no ending? I'll write it. As it happens, I've just found a key piece of information. The killer is among us. The method, the motive, every piece of information needed for the deduction is all there. I was simply too focused on finding the culprit and nearly fell for it myself. All of the clues and testimonies have been laid out. The truth remains obscured and tangled in lies, but what you see goes far beyond simply solving the mystery. This isn't just about solving the case in your book. It's about you, Clementine, isn't it? I understand why you wrote this story now, and why you let everyone hear step by step. Eliminate all impossibility, and whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Outside, thunder roars for the first time this night. Lightning tears the sky, illuminating the room, just like that night in the book. The final chapter has arrived. The curtain rises. The detective begins the final deductions. There you go. We are going to finish with the ending by we're gonna make our own ending. Something that I would say that's still not clear is like, what's the reason why she burned the orphanage though? Was it an accident? Was it, and why is it being covered? Like I don't get it that part. There's quite a lot here, but it has been like quite interesting story. I love like detective. By the way, is it like according to your prediction, Julian? Because you seem like have been figuring it out so early. I'm sure tomorrow they will make a backstory with trying to justify Clementine. True. Usually that. I would for a second that I thought she's gonna be like one of those can't be fixed sinner like Cabernet or something like that, who literally suck people in a sense, and she just burned for fun. But potentially there is probably there, you know. So I hope not though, but most likely goes there. I still do believe like, so it has been confirmed. Is it confirmed? Like my thought or my deduction that everyone probably killed Clementine in the novel. Like everyone now have like literally a motive to kill Clementine. However, like this blonde girl, I wonder if just is part of the novel or is actually going to be like the central of everything, because it's related to everything. Because chances are every character are real, because Forensica is real. Forensica is real. I was thinking for a second that like, how is Forensica gonna be end up here while we don't even know her? So that's explained Forensica existed in a way. I can't wait for real. Yeah, so we are so close to the truth, and we're probably gonna finish. We're going to finish it tomorrow. So I'm going to hold back myself for reading her profile because I don't want to get spoiled. So yeah, just one more day, and tomorrow is gonna be the last one. Okay, I think there's nothing else. Right, I'm going to close it here. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to finish the last part tomorrow. So if you have the time, feel free to come again. And again, thanks all for watching, and I will see you on the next stream. Have a good night and bye-bye.